Picking the perfect font for your designs is never easy, especially when your choice makes a difference between something that is delightful and easy to use versus something that everybody loves to hate. It's difficult as well as a big responsibility. When you are looking for a great font which looks just as great on a 72-point bold as it looks on a 10-point regular, I can tell you all those fonts which are following all the best practices and make your design stand out, but I will also tell you how to choose those fonts for yourself. So let's get started with this video. Let's talk about the 3 characteristics of any great font. Number 1, legibility. Legibility refers to how easy it is to recognize every single letter in a word. The fonts that are highly legible are clear as well as easy to read, even if the letters are small as well as close to each other, so that you don't have to wear your grandma glasses. The second characteristic is readability. How easy it is to read the entire sentence even if there is a lot of text that is written there. The fonts that are highly readable have good enough space between the letters as well as the words. So even if there are a lot of words that is written there, there is enough distinction where one particular word ends and the other one starts, and it is easy for anyone to read through it. So you might be thinking that it's the exact same thing, but it's not. While both legibility and readability actually contributes to one font actually being great to be used, but here's the simple difference. Legibility simply talks about if the every letter is easy to be recognized. For example, if the L just looks like the I of a particular font, it's not a very legible font. But readability, on the other hand, talks about the spacing and if the words are easy to scan and to be understood. And for readability, there are a lot of things that come in play, like font size, font weight, letter spacing, line height, line spacing, contrast, and all those things actually contribute to making something that is readable. The third characteristic of any great font is versatility. Versatility talks about how well can we use this font in various different situations, various different contexts, various different devices. So for example, can you use this font to represent your brand in both digital as well as print media? Can this go as a printed material at the same time go as a font in your app? Because some fonts are only good for some sort of print media or digital media, because if you use them on the other platform, it will not be readable or the legibility will be really low, which will make it very difficult to use. The fonts that are versatile have a lot of weights. For example, there is a font called Anton. It is very good font when you put it in a heading, but it is not good if you want to write a body text or a subtext with it. Here is the reason, because it only has one weight. So when you are looking for a font, make sure that it has multiple weights that is available, like it has a bold, medium, semi-bold, regular, light, and things like that. It actually gives you way more flexibility to use the same font to make the entire design. So here's a pro tip for you. The smaller the font, the bigger should be the line height. And this is one of the mistakes that most people do. They keep the line height the same. So here's my suggestion, whether you're going for absolute value or you're going for the percentage, whereas I will suggest go for percentages. The smaller the font size, bigger the line height, and bigger the font size, smaller the line height. So as I told you in the early part of the video, I'll also be sharing some fonts with you which follow all the good practices. First example is Roboto. Roboto has a lot of different weights. If you look at it, all the letter forms are easy to recognize, as well as when you read it in a paragraph, it is easy to be understood. Let's look at the second font, which is one of my favorite fonts. It's called Inter. Inter also has a lot of different weights that you can try out. You can actually use it for heading as well as body, and all the different sizes actually are very readable. Let's talk about another great font. It's a serif font. It's called Georgia. If you look at Georgia, it has different weights, as well as Georgia was actually used by Medium for their apps as well as website, and it was highly readable since they were using it in the blogs, as well as all the articles were actually written in Georgia. So you can actually consider using it if you are looking for a serif font. Another suggestion that I want to tell you is Montserrat. Montserrat is one of the great font, highly flexible, and it is been used by a lot of people in their live apps as well as website. And just while we are talking about Montserrat, let me also tell you about Open Sans, which is a highly recommended font in body text, but it also supports multiple weights, so you can actually write the headings in the same as well as body text in the same. So here's a pro tip for you. Don't use more than 2 typefaces in your design. And if you're confused about what is a font, what is a typeface, mostly when we talk about fonts, we consider the typefaces as fonts, and that's why I have used the same nomenclature in the video. So all the different like Anton, Railway, Roboto, all these are typefaces, and all the bold Roboto, black Roboto, regular Roboto, medium, all these are fonts. Let's talk about different font types and their use cases. So let's start with serif. Serif are actually the fonts which have a tail in it, and it's one of the oldest types of font because earlier there was a lot of print media and there were no apps or website that was there. So they started with serif font, which have this stroke at the end of every character. It is still considered to be a great category for actually writing academic papers, books, newspapers, and all these fonts are actually highly classy. These fonts are very traditional, respectable, reliable, making it a popular choice wherever you have to maintain a formal tone. Some of the common serif fonts that you might have seen around you. These are Times New Roman, Garamond, Georgia, and Badoni. You might have seen these fonts around you, and these have been used for a very long time. Let's talk about the sans serif font. So let's understand sans serif this way. Sans actually means without in French, and serif means something with a tail. And that's how, if you combine sans serif, it is a minimalistic modern font without a stroke or a tail at the end. Sans serif is actually very modern, and its minimalistic look actually makes it more legible and readable, makes it a popular choice for using it in digital products. Some of the most common sans serif fonts that you might have seen around you: Helvetica, Arial, there is Montserrat, Inter, all these are popular examples of sans serif fonts, and that's why you might have seen this in all the digital apps and websites. Let's talk about the third type. It's the script font. It's generally a mimicry of handwriting fonts, and you might have seen this for some luxury brands as well as the wedding invitation cards that you get, and all the invitation cards sort of are made in this. These create a very vintage as well as retro look, which you might be going for when you are inviting someone or doing something of celebration sorts, and that might be helpful for you. Some popular examples of script fonts are Brush Script, Lucida Calligraphy, and Zap Fino. Let's talk about the last category of fonts. It's called decorative or display fonts. Decorative or display fonts are very unique as well as playful. So if you're going for some different types of packaging, advertising, you should go for this font. These fonts are actually used to stand out and become memorable, but overusing these fonts can actually put you at risk. Some popular examples are Comic Sans, Curls Empty, and Harrington. But keep this in mind, don't overdo it. But these are just 4 categories, and they are obviously exceptions. Just keep this in mind. There are fonts that blur this boundary of which font they belong to. Some might be sans serif but have some characteristics of a serif font. So just keep in mind, choose a font that suits your brand, your personality, and your purpose. Now that we know about all the different kinds of fonts, let's talk about how to check for legibility, readability, and versatility. So the first thing that we look at is the X height. X height is actually the height of the glyph. The bigger the X height, more legible the font. So if the font has a good X height, you can actually write a smaller font size and it will not be illegible. Second thing on the list is easy to recognize letter forms, and it especially becomes a problem in all the geometric fonts. So their O as well as the 0 looks exactly the same. So the idea is choose the font with most distinct letter forms. The third thing is overall readability. It depends on 2 factors. First is kerning and the second one is leading. Kerning, as you know, it is the space between 2 letters. If the space is too less, it will be hard to read. Similarly, if the space is too big, it will be hard to read as well. Second factor is called leading, also known as line height. It's the space between 2 lines of text. If it's too low, it will be very hard to read. A generous line height is actually needed for the font to be readable. Let's talk about the fourth thing, flexibility. If the font has different weights and styles, having different weights and styles actually help us have more options to choose from and create that contrast that is needed. Fifth and the final point on the list is fitness for your purpose and brand. There are a lot of great fonts, but they might not be a fit for you. So if you're looking to make something futuristic, modern, and you use something like a serif font that might not fit the bill. Similarly, you have to understand your purpose first before choosing the font or the font type, so that you can choose a font that best fits your brand and your product. So now that we have discussed about what makes good fonts, what are the font types, how do you choose the font, now let's talk about the inspiration or the websites where you can download these fonts from. The first one on the list is Google Fonts. Here you can find a big library of open source fonts that are free to use for any project that you are making. You can easily download it and use for your next project. The second one on the list is Adobe Fonts. It has a huge catalog of fonts which are high quality as well as professionals. It will come with a subscription and it is paid. Let's talk about the third resource. It's called Font Squirrel. Font Squirrel has a lot of fonts which you can download for free for your next project. Let's talk about the fourth font. It's called Da Font. I personally like this website because a lot of the fonts that are not available in open market, I was able to find it here. It has a wide range of fonts which you can use for personal as well as commercial use for free. If you like this video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It motivates us to keep creating great content for you guys. And if you are interested in learning about visual design and some resources that can help you with it, do check out this video over here. It will help you with the same. I've explained some great concepts over there, and I'll see you in that video. Till then, happy designing.